Freaker, what up? It's America's #1 quick coach, and we're talking today about 5 steps to replace your paycheck. And I've done it so you can do it. I'm going to be greeting people in. I'm also live on Periscope, Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube, and also to you guys out there in podcast land. So good afternoon, everyone. As you're coming in, hello, welcome. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Nichelle. Hey, Hustle Star. Hey, Cobb, Tamira. I'm going to greet everybody for about 30 seconds, and then it's about to go down. Hey, Jewel, welcome back. For those of you coming in, please invite your followers. Please share. Please text your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and tell them they need this. They need to get this word. Hey, Woman of Worth. Hey, Malvita. Hey, Dave. Hey, Kayla's Place. I see you, Dave. Hey, Chic Persuasion. Hey, Woman of Worth TV. Hey, Joe Chill. Hey, Reshaping Made Simple. Hey, Mina, you took off today. Good for you. Hey, Jay. So, hey, Precious. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Tina. Guys, come on in. Invite your followers. Don't just share on Twitter. Invite your followers. Hey, Lenise. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Tina. If I missed you, I loved you. And good afternoon. This is 5 steps for you to replace your paycheck. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Danielle Patterson-Winningham. I'm America's #1 quick coach. I'm a revenue strategist, and I teach you how to generate the revenue you need, get the mindset you need to quit your job and live your dreams. I'm not saying you're not going to work. What I'm saying is you're not going to work for the man. You're going to work for yourself. So here's 5 steps, guys. And you may say, oh, it's as simple as that. It is and it's not. But you'll catch it in a minute. So number 1, right? We see you just sharing on Twitter. I see y'all when y'all just share on Twitter. Come on now. Y'all better catch this. Number 1, you got to get mad. Look at your neighbor and say, get mad. You got to make a decision. I was a vice president at Chase. I left a day before my 16th year anniversary. Type it in, guys. Get mad. Hey, D. Get mad. You got to make a decision. You got to make a decision that you're going to leave your job. There were 5 birds sitting on a wire. And 5 of them wanted to fly away. But only 1 made a decision. And the 4 that did not make a decision were left there. Making a decision means that you're willing to do any and everything possible to remove yourself from your current situation. Let's talk about that. Some of you actually hate your jobs. You physically get sick at the thought of going to a job. You taking time off from work because you got stressed. You're yelling and fighting with your family because you're stressed. But guess what? There are ways for you to leave your job. So number 1, you got to make a decision. And then once you make that decision, you've got to be willing to do any and everything within the scope of your power to follow up in that decision. Can we just be honest real quick? Can we just be honest real quick? Some of you say, I hate my job, but you've done nothing to change it. Can we just be honest real quick? Some of you are not mad enough, or maybe you've been mad so long you forgot. You're comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's just tell the truth. When is the last time you put out a resume? When is the last time you went on an interview? When's the last time you even did anything in your business? You say you want to leave, but baby, until you put some action with those words, it's just lip service. And you don't even need to pay me lip service. You may as well pay me no mind, because I hate being lied to. And you need to stop lying to yourself. So the truth of the matter is, if you really, and like we said when we was little, I really want to go to the fair. You did everything you could to go to the fair. I really want to go to the ball game. You kept your room clean. You did whatever it took. See, you've lost that as an adult. If you really want to leave your job, you will do whatever for real. If you for real want to leave your job, you will do whatever it takes. Hey, I'm prosperous to leave your job. So that's number 1, is you make a decision. And it is a real decision to follow one course until successful. That is focus. Making a decision means you focus. You cannot be all over the place doing all these multi-level marketing schemes and think you're going to leave your job. Multi-level marketing is okay in its place, and its place is behind your brand as an additional product on your shelf. Don't think because they showing you Jamie and Jamie making $100,000 a year, you're going to leave your job making $100,000 a year because you did the same thing Jamie is doing. Follow one course until successful. That's number one. Number two is you have to have an idea. I say it all the time. These jobs have stripped you of your thinking abilities. These jobs have made you a little more than mentally crippled. You're so used to being told what to do that you don't know how to move without being told. So you need to regain your thinking power and start looking at the world and looking at your skills and saying, based on what's going on in the world, these are the skills that I have, and this is the thing that people will pay me for. People will pay you. People will pay you. Somebody type in, people will pay me. See if they'll pay your job, because that's how your job gets money. People pay Walmart. Hey, Shalonda, people pay Target. People pay these companies. People will pay you. Hey, Dr. Turner, but you got to get it in your mind and you got to get an idea that is worthy of people paying you. And it almost doesn't matter what it is. People pay for chia pets. Hello? I still have yet to understand what a chia pet does. And so if whoever created that chia pet and they said to themselves, I'm going to create a clay duck and I'm going to make flowers and plants grow at the clay duck's bill. And I'm going to call it Chia Pet. And I'm going to make a catchy song. Cha-cha-cha-chia. Chum-chum-chum-chum. Cha-cha-cha-chia. If they will pay for a Chia Pet, won't they pay you for your cake? Won't they pay you for your pie? Won't they pay you for your fish sandwiches? Ain't they crazy? Cha-cha-cha-chia. Bum-bum-bum-bum. They over there in China. They over there in China selling air in the jar. So if they're selling air in the jar, don't you think you can sell something? Beth Hoover, can't you help people get in shape? Can't you think they'll pay you for therapy? Can't you think there's no right time? So you've got to have an idea. And let me tell y'all something. You've got to have an expanded idea. Please don't think you're going to write one book and be free from your job. Let's do the math. If you write one book at $20, you're going to have to sell how many books to be free from your job? 5,000? Yeah, it's got to be a little more than that. You've got to have one idea and you've got to expand it. And that's where coaches like me come in. Because I teach you how to chop your idea up like Benihana. You got one idea in one book, you're going to walk away from me with thousands of dollars worth of products. Because we're going to put that Ginsu knife. Y'all remember them Ginsu knives? Cut through a can and then cut through a tomato? Y'all remember that? That's how we going to chop up your products. We going to make it. Well, I'm from Texas. I'm in Texas. So your product's going to be chopped and screwed when we get through. Hello? You've officially been chopped, screwed. Yes. Because that's sometimes you need some help. And you selling all of your knowledge for $20. When you could be selling some of your knowledge for $20, some of your knowledge for $200, some of your knowledge for $2,000, some of your knowledge for $20,000. But you've got to have that one idea, number one. No, number one, let me recap. Somebody say recap. Come on. Type it in. Recap. Somebody asked, where do you start with you? I got a program called the Quick Code that starts on May 4th. Somebody say recap. Recap. You got to make a decision. You can't do nothing sitting on the couch, boo. You can't do nothing sitting on your ass sets. Yeah, you thought I was going to cuss, huh? You can't do nothing sitting on your ass sets. You go to a job every day, and that job will have you thinking that you're only worth the paycheck they give you, and that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm in Houston. That's a lie. And I'm about to do a 20-city tour. So it don't matter. It don't matter where you at. I'm coming to your city. That's a lie. But you got to make a decision. And so many of you are sleepwalking that it's ridiculous. You can't even sit through a whole broadcast because you're thinking to yourself, this don't apply to me. Yep, I'm coming to Dallas. I'm coming to Charlotte. I'm coming to Indianapolis. I'm coming to New York. You name it, I'm coming. You got to have an idea, number 2, and you've got to expand it. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale in November. You've got to expand the idea. Number 3, you have got. Look at your neighbor and say, "God." I'm not coming to Detroit. I'll be in Atlanta. You have got. Look at your neighbor and say, "Got." You have got to know your worth. You have got to separate your personal worth, which is how you feel about yourself, from your business worth. I did say business worth. See, you got a business worth that even if you don't feel like you're worthy, somebody in the world will still pay you. See, you're caught up in your own mind. You got this fantasy in your head that you're not worth anything. And you got these ideas running around in your head that you'll never be a millionaire. And as long as those ideas are in your head, you are trapped in a job. See, it's not about the methodology. It is not about the methodology of leaving your job. It is about the mindset of knowing your worth. Just finished my taxes. My 2016 income was 5 times my annual salary and bonus as a Fortune 10 vice president. 5 times. And do you know why? Because I knew that in my mind, I'm worth it. Watch my earnings from this year, because I know I am worth it. You free your mind and your assets will follow. If you know you're worth it, somebody type in, "I'm worth it." When you know you're worth it, you go out into the world and you demand your worth. Somebody type in, "I'm worth it." When you know you're worth it, because see, you making all that money for that job. And if you can make all that money for them, can't you just make a portion for yourself? And that portion that you make for yourself is equivalent to what you was making at that job, and you free. I would have been happy with about $150,000. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I ain't even finna sit here and lie. I would have been happy with about $150. I was just trying to replace my income. And you're free. You make unlimited money and you're free. But you've got to get up off your ass. Ooh, did she just cuss? No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You've got to get up off your ass. And what I mean by getting up off your ass is if you're embarrassed to ask the world to buy your stuff, you will never have money. If you're embarrassed to show your skills to the world, you will never have money. If you are shamefaced to show the world what God gave you, you will always be broke. And I can't help you. I can't help shame folks. Because, baby, we don't have a problem over here showing folks what I run around like a pervert. I open my trench coat. I show everybody my stuff. Hello? Like them folks be running through the stadium naked. That's how I be running through social media. I show everybody my stuff. I'm going to show everybody mine. He gave it to me. I'm going to show it to him. Don't look over here. Don't look over here. You might see something you don't like because I'm showing it. I don't have a problem showing mine. He gave it to me. Look, hurry up and buy. I don't have a problem with it. You either want what I got or you don't. You either want what I have or you don't. But at the point where I will be embarrassed to offer my products and services to no man. Walmart ain't embarrassed to hit you over the head with 15 or 20 ads a day. Hello? That's why we call this a lunch and leave, baby. This ain't a lunch and learn. This is a lunch and leave your job. I have no shame. Them bill collectors, tell them, Latoya, ain't embarrassed to call you begging for money. Hello? The light company ain't embarrassed to leave you in the dark. The water company ain't embarrassed to leave you in the desert. And so at the point where the dealership ain't embarrassed to pull up at my house and take my car, and the sheriff ain't embarrassed to come put a lock on my door and lock me out, I'm not embarrassed to offer the world my gifts and services, which in turn provides for my family. I am not embarrassed to provide for my family. And some of you ought to be shame of yourself. I don't want to post on social media too often because people may say girl, what people saying you posting too much? Harpo, who these people? Hey, Johnny Mayweather. Harpo, who these people? Who these people you worried about? Who these people you worried about saying you posting too much? Where they at? Because I bet the same people that are telling you you're posting too much on social media made $0 on social media. $0 on social media. And then what are you posting? Because if you're posting all day, every day, and you ain't making no money, that's another problem. That's another problem. Are you posting quality content when it's necessary? If you don't know what you're doing, get some help. I'm tired. Girl, I can't even fold. Michael, join my class. I teach how to make money on social media. You really think I'm going to tell you right now? No, I'm not. Let me tell you something. You really think folks would stay on social media if they wasn't making money? But what you'd rather do is go out there and annoy everybody. What you'd rather do is go out there and try to figure it out yourself. What you'd rather do is mess it up and then complain. Oh, ain't nobody buying nothing from me on social media. I'm getting off Facebook. Facebook messy. You messy. If you open your mouth and say Facebook is messy, because Facebook is an app. Last I known, it ain't no messy apps. Because the app gonna just sit there. The app ain't really doing nothing. It be the people that's messy. That's right, Tasha. Don't let Facebook use you. Use Facebook. The class is called The Quick Code. It launches May 4th. bit.ly/biz Quick Code. There's a quick code for business, for speakers, and for coaches. Yeah, the folks around you is messy. It ain't Facebook that's messy, baby. Mark Zuckerberg is a billionaire. He not messy. He a businessman. So number one, you got to get mad and make a decision. 5 ways to replace your paycheck. Number 2, you've got to have an idea and expand it. Number 3, you've got to know your worth and not be embarrassed to charge for it or embarrassed to promote it. Number 4, you got to crunch the numbers. Baby, you got to crunch numbers like cereal. Instead of Captain Crunch, you got to be Numbers Crunch. Every morning for breakfast, you got to have a big bowl of numbers with some toast and some juice. It's part of your recommended daily diet. You got to have a bowl of numbers every morning. Numbers Crunch with your milk and your juice and your toast, because some of y'all ain't running your numbers, and that's why your business is broke, broke. I'm going to recap again in a minute, blessed speaker. You must just got here. Some of you ain't running your numbers, and you're running a business that ain't making no money. And according to the IRS, you know who the IRS is because you just filed your taxes. According to the IRS, if you're running a business that ain't making no money, it's a hobby, baby. Call it what it is. It ain't a business. It's a hobby. You just like talking to people on the phone. You just like cooking cakes. You just like baking pies. Ain't that no business? If you ain't making no but money, it ain't no business. It's a hobby. And some of you need to tell the truth about whether it's a business or whether it's a hobby. You heard me? So number one was make a decision. Stop making up stories and make a decision to guess what? Show up for your dreams. Number two, you got to have an idea. God is giving them to you every day, and you steady more ignoring them. If that's true, say me. God done gave you 15 ideas about 617 books and businesses, and you ain't did nothing yet. If it's true, say me. I ain't even going to look at the names. If it's true, say me. Because God been giving you ideas since you was 17 or 18 years old. And now you 45. And you ain't did nothing with them ideas yet. Hey, I ain't going to front. It was me. It was me too, baby. I ain't got the lie, Craig. I ain't got the lie. I ain't going to look at the names. But you ready now, Jason. It's go time, baby. You in my camp, Jason. People need to lose weight. People need you. Quit playing with your gifts. The manner in which you play with your gifts is in direct correlation to your earnings. You want to earn more money? Stop playing with them ideas God give you. Some of them ideas you get ain't a good idea. They're a God idea. If you stop playing with your ideas, bit.ly/BIZ quit code. Put it up for them, Alto V's. Biz quit code. If you quit playing with your ideas, the universe will quit playing with your money. Hello? Go ahead, eyelashpreneur. You got to build them strings. So number one, make an idea. Make a decision to get up off your assets. Number two, have an idea and expand it. If you don't know how, I can teach you. Number three, know your worth. You better know your worth and don't be embarrassed to go out on social media and show people what God gave you. Number four, crunch the numbers. Crunch the numbers, baby. You got to keep a calculator. Ask my clients, what's the one thing coach do in almost every class? If you with me for 16 weeks during the quick code, almost every week, coach going to be on a calculator. Like Medea. I cooking and cleaning. I'm going to be adding up your workshops. I'm going to be adding up your book sales. I'm going to be adding up your coaching courses. I'm going to be adding up your speaking engagements. I'm going to be adding up your product. Oh, and let me add that event, that live event. Oh, and let me add that retreat that we just put on the calendar. Oh, and let me add that sponsorship program that we're going to build for you. Oh, and let me add that other project that's going to bring you what? Baby, you talking about ghetto math. Sing it with me, y'all. Ghetto math. Ghetto. That is my song. Because you know what? I wrote my accountability partner this morning on LinkedIn. His name is Carlos Ruiz. Carlos, if you're listening and you're probably not, he gave me my first lesson in math. And Carlos was this big time sales manager for Chase. And he used to work for Disney. And he's just an amazing man. But, you know, from the outside, Carlos was this rough, gruff, didn't really talk to nobody, didn't really speak to anybody person. So you kind of thought he was standoffish. But Carlos would come in my office every day and kick it with me like Jackie Chan. So when I first started my business, Carlos would come in there and I was doing a speaking engagement and I was selling books. And I said, well, Carlos, they're paying me $1,000 for the speaking engagement. And Carlos was like, well, but how much are they paying you for the books? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, you didn't just put your numbers on paper. I was like, Carlos, I don't do numbers. He said, if you're going to do business, you're going to do numbers or you won't do business for long. So my message to you today is that if you're going to do business, you're going to do numbers or you're not going to be in business for long. So even if you're not Einstein on the ones and twos on the calculator, you know 2 + 2. And even if you don't know 2 + 2, you can come in the ballpark of 5. Hello? Is anybody listening to me? Can you hear me? Even if you don't know 2 + 2 is 4, you'll get in the ballpark 5, 6, even if you got the worst math in America, right? So the bottom line is take in, and this is what he taught me. He said, put as many numbers on paper as you can stand. So if all you can stand is 3 or 4 sets of number, put 20 speaking engagements at $1,000 each. We all know that's $20,000. And if I sell 1,000 books at $20 each, that's $2,000. We know that. Just put enough numbers on paper. But what happens is eventually you get better and better and better and better at tricking out those numbers. And now when you look at my profit plans, baby, they are all tricked out. When you look at my profit plans now, they have so many streams of income that it's unreal. But for now, do what you can with the numbers until somebody teaches you different or until your proficiency increases your ability to see more revenue. And that's what I am. I'm a revenue strategist. I show you how to turn that 20 into 200, that 200 into 2,000, that 2,000 into 20,000, that 20,000 into 200,000. I've been doing it for so long that I don't even remember how long I've been doing it. And you can ask my clients. I'm amazing at it. For those who really want to be invested in their next level, know that it takes knowledge and a mindset shift to move you to where you need to be. Bottom line, period. If you ain't crunching numbers, you're tripping. Last but not least, I'm about to preach one, y'all. If you ain't shared it, please share. I'm coming to you live on the podcast. I'm coming to you live on YouTube. Dharma, we already talked about Jesus. We already talked about these gifts that you have were given to you by God. So when you don't use your gifts, you're already disobedient. D-I-S-T. When you don't use your gifts, you are already being disobedience. And delayed obedience, procrastination. I'm going to put it off till later. I'm going to wait till the time is better. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. You heard me? So we put the Jesus factor in there early. Whoever that was came in my broadcast late trying to correct me. You the one not using your gifts. Better use your gifts. Why you putting white out on me, baby? Correct yourself. We talked about that this morning. I be telling people all the time, correct yourself. I'll be over here correcting myself, baby. Understand and be clear. And it's not that I won't accept instruction. Girl, all that, because you know that's what I do. And my clients will tell you, and if you're one of my clients, please say this is true. I teach you what I know. I teach you about what I know about social media, and I have over 100,000 followers on social media. I teach you what I know about sales, and my sales results are crazy. I teach you what I know about building a business, and I've got multiple. I teach you what I know about product creation, and I've got over 100 products in my digital store. I teach you, what company you work with? I work with myself. I teach you what I know, and it is up to you to go and execute. Joy, I'm so proud of you. I saw your scope, boo-boo. I said, there she go. There she go. There you go, Joy. Quit feeding them folks for free. Do not feed the bears. Not for free anyway. Because when you start teaching people for free, they're going to always expect for you to teach them for free. So yes, I teach you how to get up off your ass. Sets. I do. I teach you and you got to do the work. Bottom line, if you don't want to do the work, don't come over here expecting a miracle. Please. Baby, please. I don't have no staff like Moses had. We work over here. Real talk. Number 5. Everybody ready for number 5? Put a 5 up. Give me a high 5 if you're ready for number 5. Give me a high 5 if you know. Come on now. Alta V said she been coaching with me a year and she started launching $1,000 classes this month. Excuse me. Give me a high 5 if you're ready for number 5. Baby, you need, I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. You need some accountability on this journey. You really want to replace your paycheck? Get you somebody that's going to kick you in the back whenever you ain't doing your work. Get you somebody that cares about you enough not to let you slip and slide, which is your human tendency. Get somebody that cares about you enough to know when you slipping and reach out to you. Get somebody that is going to hold you accountable for this journey. They're not going to allow you to procrastinate. They're not going to allow you to quit. Get somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Now, you got to take a piece in that too, because I always say, as grown folks, your bank account holds you accountable. At what point are you going to be tired of being afraid and be more afraid? Be more afraid of being broke. And that's what I'm here for. Number 5 was get you some help. Because in all the years that you said you was going to do it, this year we're about to do it. bit.ly/biz quit code. I'm going to tell y'all a story. Is that okay? bit.ly/biz biz quit code. Hey, Thomas Corinne, you done moved over to Instagram. Let me tell y'all a story if it's okay. I'm going to tell y'all a story of a conversation I had with my team this morning. I said, guys, I want to make sure I have my price points right on the quit code. Because I really want people to get it. And I was on the phone with my team. And the thought came up. I said, should I reduce the price? That's what I said. I said, should I reduce the price? Me and my team went through all the numbers, up, down, left, and right. The base level for the quit code is $125 a week. This is what we said. We said that if you don't want to leave your job bad enough to invest the amount that you're probably spending for lunch and dinner every week, if you don't want to leave your job bad enough to invest $125 a week, it's not time for you yet. And that's where we left it. And we left the price because it's worth it. You get 16 weeks live with me. 8 of those weeks, we're going to be working on your business. And 8 of those weeks, we're going to be working on the questions that you can't ask HR about quitting your job. We're going to be working on the strategy to leave your job. If can't nobody see the business you building, you better get in this program. You don't have to be held, restricted by that job. It's ways around it. I tell you that because I've been there. I'm not one of those coaches that's saying, let me help you quit your job. Not to mention the free gifts. Not to mention that. But it's all on the webpage. And it is an investment, but it's an investment in changing your life. And I decided that this year, anybody, she said not to mention the free gifts and the love, And I do love my family. But the people that are really ready to go will dig deep. And if that means you got to sell 12 fish plates a week, that's $120. If that means you got to bake 6 cakes a week, that's $120. See, money is everywhere. And I want the people around me who are determined to move to the next level. Number one in replacing your paycheck today was make a decision. I need some of you to make a decision to stop watching and to get in the game. I need some of y'all to say, oh, hey, Mafia Gang Curry, how are you? I ain't seen you in a minute. I need some of you guys to say, Coach, let me in. I can play. So number one was make a decision to stop playing small, to stop hiding your gifts, to stop being broke. Can't nobody decide that but you. You really want to replace your paycheck? You can. And the sad part is a whole lot of y'all don't even make that much. And even if you do, it's doable. And that's not a slight. That's saying some of you are too comfortable being uncomfortable. What you was in jail for, you know better. So number one is make a decision. Number two, take an idea, one idea, and let me help you expand it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm so lazy. You know better than that, Mafia Gang Curry. You ain't got to rob folks, baby. Just go out here and talk to folks. They'll give you their money. Can y'all look at me and say amen? I'm telling these children right now, while you trying to kick dough and do all of that stuff, baby, you ain't got to do all that. You can get right out here on social media. You ain't got to rob nobody, son. You ain't got to rob nobody, son. You can get right out here on social media. And I mean that, son. I mean that. You can get right out here on social media and folks will give you their money. It's something you can tell people and help them. And now that you've gone through that, you can turn around and tell them other little boys don't do what you did. And somebody's mama and daddy will pay you for telling their child that. Because sometimes our children don't listen to us. So I'm telling you this, and I'm not going to tell you again that I come here too much, Mafia Gang Curry. First of all, change your name. I like that it's PDE Curry now. First of all, you're no longer Mafia Gang Curry. You the money man Curry. Change your name. And second of all, understand, son, because I got a son too. And I hate to have to beat him in his back for the foolishness. But I'm telling y'all, boys, y'all can skip that struggle. You ain't got to do that jail life. You don't have to do that. It's too much money in the world. You hear me? And I'm talking about money too much. Come on this scope every day at around 12:30 and get you some ideas. If it ain't nothing, son, but going to create you a car wash. Do you know there's some car washes that make millions of dollars a year? If you don't do nothing but create one car wash and wash enough cars till you can get a carport. And once you get that carport, then you go and you hire 2 people. And now that you done hired 2 people, you get you a garage. And now that you done you got you a garage, you go get you 5 people. Now you get you another location and another, baby. It's easier than robbing folks. And you ain't got to go to jail for it. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all think that you hurting people when you go out into this world and do foolishness. And I apologize to everybody, but let me talk to this child real quick because I got children. I don't know if y'all have children, but I got children. And I wish somebody would talk to my children. So give me just a minute, if you don't mind. You live in a free society. You live in a free democracy. There's so many ways to make money that I get frustrated with grown folks when they don't go use their 2 hands. There's not a day that goes by that you don't see an opportunity to make money. It may not be what them rappers doing on TV, but them rappers on TV ain't in jail either. And then you got to understand and be clear that everything doesn't happen overnight. So maybe you shovel snow for now, and then you turn it in to a snow shoveling business. Everything is mindset, baby. Everything is mindset, and everybody starts somewhere. Do not despise humble beginnings. But what you can't be and be around me is a thief. What you can't be and be around me is a thief. Because guess what? Thieves will steal from anybody. Thieves don't have integrity. And I mean it. And if you need help, DM me on one of these social medias and call me and say, Coach, this Mentor Curry, I got to ask you a question, whatever. But you can't do what you're doing no more. Too many people doing that. Do something different. And that's to all you grown folks too. Too many people going to work. Do something different. Do something different. And that's just real, y'all. That's just a real moment. So number one, you want to replace your paycheck. Number one, make a decision. Number two, get an idea and work it. I'm doing an entrepreneurs camp this summer for kids that got sense and up. I couldn't even come up with a number. Because if your 10-year-old got some sense, send them to the camp. I'm going to make it affordable. I'm going to make it accessible. But I'm going to do the camp. And I'm going to do the camp because some of y'all I can't help because you're too far gone. And you might not admit it, but I see it. And the reason I see it is because you come and you watch me every day and you do nothing different. And it's frustrating to me. But some of these youngsters, if you give them the right tools, and that's right, Mercy, show them in the Bible where they own the kingdom. Show them in the Bible where they have the power to create wealth. See, they still young enough that they can catch it. So that's something I am going to do this summer. No, it's going to be virtual, baby. That's what I'm going to spend my Saturday mornings doing. And you're going to bring your mamas and daddies. Maybe your mamas and daddies will catch something. And yes, but the bottom line is, ain't nobody got to rob. Ain't nobody got to sell no drugs. Ain't nobody got to prostitute. Baby, the money is too plentiful in the land. The money is too plentiful. So number one, make a decision. You want to replace your paycheck? Just make a decision. It starts with you. That's you know what? You know what? Everything happened for a reason, baby. It's done. Don't beat yourself up for it. Now that you got that felony, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to be an entrepreneur now. Maybe that's the one thing that put you to where you need to be. And guess what? It's good you didn't get hurt in the process. It's good you out of jail. And you can't do nothing now but go forward. You learn the lesson, baby. Don't learn it twice. You know what they tell a person with two black eyes? Y'all know that joke? What do you tell a person with two black eyes? Nothing. You done already told them twice. You don't tell them nothing else. You got one black eye, baby. You don't need another one. You ain't, that's one thing you got to tell. You never got to tell me nothing twice. You never have to tell me nothing twice. I wish, I was just on the phone with my best friend right before, and now you got a testimony, baby. And exactly, now you can go hire people who are in your position that can't get no jobs nowhere else. Everything happens for a reason. But I was on the phone with my best friend right before I came here. And we talked about, I said, baby, I'm finna go get online. And she said, sis, I didn't have nobody talking to me like you talking to people and telling them that it's really real. It's really real for you to quit your job. Didn't we talk about affliction yesterday? Let me read it for you, y'all. Let me read it for you. Let me read it for you. Hold on. Sometimes it's good you got an affliction. Romans 5, 3, and 4. And somebody told me this morning, I didn't know you was a Christian because I'm crazy. It's a bunch of crazy Christians out there. But anyway, Romans 5, 3, and 4 said, but not only that, but we also rejoice in our afflictions, because we know that affliction produces endurance. Endurance produces proven character, and proven character produces hope. Do not despise small beginnings. Everybody started somewhere. But where you finish is 100% up to you. Everybody starts somewhere. But where you finish is up to you. Yeah, they was like, I said, I come on here every day talking about using what God put in your hand. And how they didn't know. She said, but yeah, you do official Don, but you know what it is, official Don? Everybody got something they passionate about. See, this is the number one mistake that people make when trying to replace their paycheck. Let me tell it to you because they're still in the same vein. The number one mistake, hey doc, that people make when they trying to replace their paycheck is they look at what other people are doing and think that if they did that, then I can do that. Instead of looking at what God gave them. The number one way to replace your paycheck is use what God put in your hands. And show how Moses escaped when they was on the run and he was at the Red Sea. You heard me. And he said, I don't know how I'm going to get through this water. And they right behind me. And what did the Lord look at him? He said, if you want to get free, Moses, he said, use what's in your hand, Moses. If you want to be free from your job, baby, use what's in your hand to part the Red Sea. And too many of us are just not using what's in our hand. And when I was talking to my girlfriend, I said, man, it ain't no way that I would have somebody coming to me every day, even telling me that it was possible. When I started this journey 6 years ago, wasn't nobody vocally talking to thousands of people a day about quitting their job. I didn't have no live stream to go and promote. I got a new book coming out after the Quit Conspiracy called Go Live or Go Broke. Come on now. We all get stuck, bro. We all get stuck. The question is, will you unstick yourself? How long will you stay there? I'm going to tell y'all one more Bible story. And I'm going to get out of here while I can go to lunch. Anybody got time for one more story? Say me. Don't forget to join me here every day about 12:30-ish for lunch and leave, where we can talk about eat our lunch and talk about how we're going to leave these broke situations. Now, keep in mind, I read a lot of books. And everybody that knows me knows I read about 5 to 10 books a week. It's what keeps my mind straight. And it's what helps me understand my unlimited earning capacity. And so even when the negative stuff starts to work on me, I still understand that I have the potential for unlimited earnings. So I stay reading. So if I don't get this story just right, understand why. And every now and then, I tend to confuse Bible verses, whatever, with whatever I'm reading at the time. It may be the Cat in the Hat, It may be Seth Godin, It may be Marion Williamson. It don't matter. Whoever I'm reading at that time, it might be Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Them it might not be. But I get confused. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. God bless you too, sis. But and y'all preachers and y'all pastors and y'all bishops in here, you got to help me sometime. But as I remember the story being told, there was a man laying by the pool of Bethesda. Did I get it right so far? Just help me stay in there, y'all. As long as I'm in the courtyard, I'm good. He was laying on a mat by the pool of Bethesda. And the way I heard the story, he was there for 38 years. Yes, it was a lame man. It was a lame man, and he was laying there for 38 years. And you know, people was passing by him because, see, they said that the pool of Bethesda would heal you. But he had to get to the waters. And he said, wouldn't nobody help him. And so y'all know Jesus had a smart mouth. At least the way I be reading the Bible, Jesus be chopping folks up. Jesus be getting smart with folks. Jesus be snapping his fingers. Talking about, did not tell you, don't be trying to put no old wine in no new wine skin. Jesus was bold with his words. He'll chop you up. So when Jesus had passed by and was talking to the man, and the man say, won't know, yeah, Jesus was reading people. He was the original owner of the dozens. And the man say, Jesus, I've been trying to get to the healing waters for 38 years, but won't nobody help me. You know the first question Jesus asked the man? Jesus asked the man, do you want to be well? I'm going to let that sink in. I'm going to let that sink in. I know that hit some folks. He asked them, do you want to be well? That's what I asked y'all today. Because when I say make a decision, it's a difference between wanting to leave your job and deciding to leave your job. There is a definitive difference. He asked the man, do you want to be well? How many of you want to be well? You want to be abundant. You want to have a happy life. You want to have the promises. Just say me if this is you. Do you want to be well? And when the man said yes, what did Jesus tell that man? Did Jesus say, well, come on, let me help you? What did Jesus say? Jesus said, well, pick up your mat and walk. I'll be reading, y'all. I'm telling somebody, thank you, Psalmist Korean, for telling me I'm doing okay. I'm telling somebody today to pick up your mat, pick up your gifts, pick up your talents, pick up your charisma, pick up your intellect, pick up your brilliance, pick up your ability to get along with people, pick up your number skills and your word skills and your typing skills and your computer skills. Pick them up out of that job. Pick them up out of that broke place. Pick them up and walk into your abundance. And that's a real story. That's straight, folks. No chaser. Everybody can't take it. Everybody can't take it. But it wasn't until I picked up my mat. It wasn't until I picked up my mat. It wasn't until I got up off my assets. It wasn't until I made a decision. It wasn't until I took an idea and stayed with it. It wasn't until I expanded upon my idea. It wasn't until I crunched some numbers. It wasn't until I got some help and had somebody to hold me accountable. It wasn't until I did all those things that I became free. Because I was able to replace my paycheck. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Pick up your mat. We're having an all-day telesummit tomorrow. If you haven't registered at bit.ly/team QuitCon. Exactly. Trunka said so easy to not do it, but don't realize that it's easier to do it. By the time you get through talking about all the reasons why, I can't pick up my mat because my kid's too young. I can't pick up my mat because I can't afford it. I can't get up because I don't have no college degree. I can't get up because I'm a domestic violence survivor. I can't get up because I was molested. I can't get up because I got 2 jobs. I can't get up because nobody believes in me. I can't get up because I ain't got no talents. I can't get up because nobody will buy my stuff. By the time you get through going through that litany of why you can't get up, I can't get up because I got a criminal record. I can't get up. By the time you get through making excuses about why you can't get up, you could have been where you could have been gone. Y'all remember that song? You could have been gone. You could have been at the finish line. You could have been at the bank. You're going to make excuses or you're going to make money. And rarely are the two made in the same sentence. Rarely. Or as my people say, rarely. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to make money? Or are you going to make excuses? I mean, and are you going to make a decision? So the book is launching tomorrow. It's called The Quit Conspiracy. Because there is an overall conspiracy to keep you following everybody else and not doing what you need to do. If you haven't registered to share the book tomorrow, I would appreciate it. It's called The Quit Conspiracy. If you go to bit.ly/team, TEAM, quit con, I'm asking everybody under the sound of my voice to share the book. It's 99 cents. If you buy it, you buy it. And if you don't, that's cool too. But if you register to share the book tomorrow, you're eligible for some great prizes. And I have a mission. I have a mission to free 10,000 people from traditional employment. I want to show 10,000 people how they can be super abundant working in the kingdom. Anybody want to join me? Just say me. See, when you work in the kingdom, you can kind of call your own hours. Amen. When you work in the kingdom, you can kind of be around when your kids need you. Quit, Q-U-I-T, team, T-E-A-M, quit, Q-U-I-T, con. The Quit Conspiracy. The conspiracy to keep you working. A just over broke J-O-B. If you register for Team QuitCon, we're going to have a 12-hour telesummit tomorrow showing you some of the tools you need, hey, Benita, to quit your job, Q-U-I-T. Benita, I was talking about you the other day, how we was talking on Scope one day, and I said sell some plates. And baby, that next weekend, Benita was selling some plates. Benita, I told somebody that and they was like, ain't nobody gonna buy my food. I said, baby, don't tell Benita that because she sell out every weekend. Baby, I ain't moved fast enough to get my spaghetti plates one weekend and they was gone. I ain't got my plates yet. You got to move early with Benita, baby. I call myself gonna take a nap. Circle back around to Benita. Benita said, Coach, I said, Benita, I ain't even mad at you. Coach, I got to catch you. Girl, I got to catch you another weekend. Y'all better get out there on your assets and make some money. Quit playing with your gifts and your talents. bit.ly/team, TEAM, quit, QUIT, con. We're going to be live all day tomorrow. I need your help with promoting the book. I don't ask y'all for much. So go on and sign up. And yeah, that part. And you know, tomorrow's lunch and leave is going to be off the chain as it was today. My goal is to come back tonight and do Money Women, and Lies at 6:30. So yeah, let me get out of here. But I love you. I love you guys. Let me get out of here one by one. To the podcast listeners, I appreciate